it's a thing that they don't want to discuss.
Put me outside the road, I'm dead. I've not asked, I'm dead.
I think about death as like, if I'm gonna die, just die.
My daughter's never spoken about death.
When I think about what happens when we die.
Do they ever talk to you about death?
Do they what?
Anything by My Chemical Romance and another one that's just by Queen.
I don't know. Live and let die.
It's just like wants to pick the songs, what she wants playing, and like she tells me all the time what I want certain songs playing, and like, what do you want, dude? Put me outside the road, I'm dead. I've not asked, I'm dead.
Cheerful songs rather than depressing songs. You know, something like Ding Dong, the Witch is Dead.
I was listening to Hurt this morning by Johnny Cash.
Excellent choice.
But then I thought about it and I thought, well, Christ, well, that's rubbish really, because when you listen to the lyrics, it's almost as though Johnny Cash thought he was Christ himself, because he talks about the man with thorns. So no, I wouldn't want that. No.
Oh, I don't know. She never told me about that.
My daughter's never spoken about death to me.
She was like morbidly interested in death, wasn't she?
I don't know. I think it's because she had a brother. Her brother died, and it's not really it's spoken of. You know, I think it would be very painful for her to talk about it. She talks about her brother, but not about the death.
Eleanor is 7 years younger than that, and she had a whole different outlook there, and was quite preoccupied. And I was very shocked at a parents' evening one time to see a story in her book about a girl, actually a young girl, hanging herself. But she didn't just plan to hang herself, she positioned a mirror so she could watch herself die, which I thought showed imagination. However, I was a bit troubled by the kind of imagination, but she's turned out okay, haven't you? Yes, you have. Yeah. So, yeah, I'd say I was more interested in that end of things, the more spiritual end of things as well than Daniel's. Though Daniel did get stabbed and nearly die, but he had no near-death experience, and he's fine. No, he's fine, but that was awful. I was quite appalled when I saw it, yeah. I was taken aback, I knew nothing.
That's a loaded question really, isn't it? So it's a difficult one to answer.
I think about death as in, I know we're not all going to be here forever, but I don't worry about it. I mean, when it happens, it happens. I don't dwell on it or get upset about it and things like that, no.
My mum and dad talk about death all the time. They've sorted all the funeral arrangements and everything. It's fair play to them, I think, because that's what they want to do, but for me, no, it happens when it happens.
Yeah, I think about death.
What do you think about it?
It's like when I'm gonna die.
Do you think about it? Do you think about death often?
Fairly, yeah.
Like on a daily basis?
Pretty much.
Well, a lot of people, the frank to death, say death, discuss it because it's a thing that they don't want to discuss, but they have to in time when somebody in the family dies, so they have to discuss it, you know. So it's better being discussed before they die.
I remember when I was 30, I didn't think I'd get to 31 because I was a naughty boy. But I'm not going to explain that to you because I'm a child of the 60s, you say.
No, I don't think what happens when I die. My wife believes in everlasting life and your soul lives on, but I can't see it, to be honest with you. you've gone. You know, you either in ground or you burn. In my opinion.
Yeah.
You've gone. That's it. Bye-bye, Mother Earth. All is forgiven. I am an agnostic. Well, I've not had any evidence so far to prove otherwise that there is anything afterwards. So no, I think we go.
Well, it's just, well, we can't say what happens, but that's my thing. I think you just die, you go up there, and you're signing whatever, and then you come back as a different being, because a lot of people know they've been here before. It's a funeral operative, actually. Well, we don't. If people die, we go, we pick the deceased up and take them into our care, and that's it, really. You know what I mean? And then we do the funerals as well. No. A lot of people don't like seeing a deceased person, but I mean, they harm you,
When I think about what happens when we die, I think I view it in a similar way to what happens when we're born. I think everything is energy and becomes mass, but you can't get rid of it. It becomes another kind of mass, or it turns back into energy, and I think it's just that. I think we're all connected, we're all part of this great energy that I don't think has got particularly a personality, or is interested in the brooch that you get anymore, or anything like that, or sending you a message via a particular kind of, I don't know, bird or something. But I think that you carry all of that with you, and you carry all of that connection with you, and I think you go back into that, become... A good analogy, I thought, was that there's an ocean, and we're a drop of water in that ocean, but you're still part of the ocean, and the drop comes to know itself as something with boundaries, and then just goes back into being part of the ocean, which it always was. Yeah.
You're depressing, you.
Fuck off, it's you.
Right, fair point.
Yeah. When we die, I think we just have a word breathing ground. Nothing happens.
I think about death as like, if I'm gonna die, just die.
Live life whilst you're young.
Innit? Thought sometimes like the afterlife you could be resurrected as something else, but
So you all think about the Hindu...
pretty much.
Yeah. You think about Hindu reincarnation. When you die, you get turned into something else. Oh, the Hindus believe that when you die, if you've led a good life, you're going to come back as maybe someone rich or an animal that's graceful, like say like a dog or something, or an eagle. But if you've lived a bad life or a crime, you've got turned into like a rat or a poor person with disease or something like that.
I'm being a rat.
I've got insurance to cover it, but I don't think about it, no.
So you don't think about your funeral?
Not really, no. Come on.
What
Do
song?
you think about yours?
I have thought about mine, yeah.
Oh, how old are you?
27 next month.
Oh wow, you've got a long way to go yet then, haven't you?
Well, not
you-
necessarily.
Well, not necessarily, admittedly, but more likely.
But different. Don't need to yet.
When I go, it's other people who have to do it for me.
I would like my funeral to be, I think it's just like a celebration of life, not sombre, colourful. That's the laughter in my life. That's the way the sarcasm in my life, the way I am. So maybe. Death should be discussed more, because a lot of the time if somebody does pass away, they don't get what they wanted because they never discussed it with any family members what they actually wanted. Or if it's a surprise death when somebody gets killed, like a car accident or something, they've not put in place anything that they would have liked to have had. So I think it's good to discuss in families.
Well, a lot of people, the frank to death, have discussed it because it's a thing that they don't want to discuss, but they have to in time when somebody in the family dies. so they have to discuss it, you know. So it's better being discussed before they die.